Good morning, family. It's Saturday, it's my day off, and today I need to make my kombucha. What is kombucha? It's a fermented black tea which uses SCOBY to fermentate the tea and give you all the properties from fermentation, yeast, bacteria, good bacteria for your guts, and it's delicious. If you like fermented, if you drink soda, I quit soda about a year ago. I was going through my files and it's been a year since I started kombucha and I feel great. It gives you energy. It helps to clean your blood. It helps you to keep you focused. It helps you to kill your cravings. It helped me a lot. So guys, we're gonna get to the process. I'm gonna give you the recipe that I'm using, and all you need is water, black tea, and organic sugar. The amount of kombucha we are gonna be doing today is 2 gallons. Here in the back, you can see my container already ready processed. The date that I made this was February the 13th, and this is the way that I mark my kombucha. Now, mine holds 2 gallons. The amount that I'm using for tea, I just fill up my pot. I fill it up, and I'm gonna put in here 21 bag of tea, black tea, no flavor, no nothing. And today I'm gonna be using this one. I put the date on it because I also get it on sale, and whatever I can find on sale, that's what I get. This one, it says 100% natural, healthy, antioxidants. Okay, the good thing of the kombucha is that even though you process and boil the water, what I do is I let the water boil, then I just put my 21 bags of tea in there and let it sit until it cool off. Okay, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. Let's let the water boil. Okay, my water is boiling, and I did peel all the bags from the individual wraps. So I use this for my compost. Now it's boiling, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the fire off, or the heat off, and I'm just going to, give it a bath. Let it soak pretty good. And all I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna get my lid and I'm just gonna let it rest. I'm gonna leave it in the same stove area. I am not gonna move it because I want that heat to continue brewing my tea. So I'm gonna let it sit. It's gonna take about maybe 2 hours to cool off. So whenever it cool off enough for me to add the sugar, here I measure 3 cups of sugar, and this is what I'm gonna add to my tea. In the meantime, while my tea is brewing, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna empty my jar, and I'm gonna go ahead, guys, and show you what I do to empty my jar. Is my kombucha. So, and here are my containers. Now, what I do is I do reuse these black bottles. You can buy them if you want to. They are a little pricey, a little expensive, but my daughter-in-law, she drinks a lot of kombucha, all the bottles, and I do recycle them. Sometimes I give them away so people can try kombucha, how they feel, and all that stuff. Here, I am going to pour this new kombucha that is just finished fermenting, okay? Some people are gonna find this disgusting because it doesn't look that pleasant, okay? But the benefits of the kombucha are incredible, okay? And it depends on your system, your body, what your body needs, and if it needs to be healed. The probiotics in this kombucha, it is so high, higher than a yogurt and higher than a pill. So if you like fermented food, you are gonna love kombucha. What I'm gonna do now, I am going to remove my cardboard. Now, this is something that the jar came with, so I am reusing it. And I just remove it so it doesn't get too stained, even though it's stained already. But I'm just trying to. I went and got my notes, and I do have a full folder on some of the benefits and how to make kombucha. You can do the same. I Google it and it just downloaded for me. So SCOBY is a acronym for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. Now, bacteria, good bacteria, okay? It is the mother that use for every batch of kombucha you make, and it looks like a round, flat, opaque, beige piece of agar, like was in those petri dishes in the chemistry class. So you can order a SCOBY or you can make your own. The only difference is that when you make your own, it took me up to a month to make it, okay? If you go online, I check the prices. You can go and check. They are a little pricey for me because it's just a piece of SCOBY, and you can make your own. I make my own, and if you want to know more of how to make your own SCOBY, let me know in the comments below so that way I can put the instructions down below, okay? Now, every time you create or you do a batch of kombucha, you are gonna get a new SCOBY, okay? You do not need a lot. In here, I do have about 5 of them. The batch that I did before, I removed the oldest SCOBY and I put it in my compost because I've been asking people if they want to do their own kombucha, if they would like to. I can help them, but apparently nobody's interested on it, okay? Now, if you want a piece of SCOBY and you are interested on it, comment, send me a message. I have my email and we can talk depending on where you live. And I can, either send it to you, you pay for the shipping and handling, because otherwise I will be throwing this away, okay? So if you are willing to pay the shipping and handling, I am more happy to send you a SCOBY. I sent my mom live in Puerto Rico. It took, I think it was 4 days to get there. It was like puffy, but nothing happens. And my mom has been making kombucha for some month now. My mom is 77. She feels great. She said she can't believe how much energy she is getting out of this. She can't believe it, how she feels in her body. She said that her back was hurting, and what she did was just drink kombucha, and the energy is high, and she said that she got no more back pain. So it depends on your needs. I can almost guarantee you're gonna feel a lot much better, okay? You can see how clear is this one. this is cloudy, right? Now, your kombucha, it does have some yeast. So this is because I just move it and all the bacteria and all the yeast is combined with the kombucha. Once this settle, this is gonna be as clear as this one, okay? Now, I'm gonna leave this here because we are also gonna compare with the fresh tea that I'm just making. This spigot, I love it because I can just put my jar underneath and just let it drain, okay? I like the clear one because I can see the level of my bottle. Since these are so dark, sometimes for me it's a little hard to see, but I love this one. So I use my funnel and once it's full, I just transfer it to the new one. And I use this little container to catch any drops that they might drop from my spigot. You can see the foam. So there is your foaming, your fermentation, and it has a little fist, okay? After I do that, I just move my bottle. Once I finish empty my container, this I let it sit for another day outside. Another day, keep fermentating. Now, you can use you like. Whatever bottle. I bought this and it's good. The only thing is you have to be very careful when you open this because the fist is so strong that it might, explode. It's the word, but it won't explode, but it will give you like a psst. So you will hear that. Okay, you can use the bottle you want. Now make sure your bottle, it's made to resist fermentation, like for wine, for beer, and in this case, kombucha, okay? So that's why this dark bottle is so good because it's made to resist some fermentation of your kombucha. I try to keep this SCOBY out of my spigot. You see all the foam? That is all the fermentation you have in that kombucha. Now, this one is been sitting here for, I make this the 13th, February the 13th. And today is Saturday the 27th. So we are talking that this already passed the 10 days. What I have discovered is once you start drinking kombucha, you are gonna love it so much. And at the beginning, it'd be too sweet for you. So you might wanna let it sit. My recommendation is mark it out at the 7th day, starting counting 7 days, you're gonna start open your spigot, get you a little drop, a little bit, just put it in your mouth and see how you like it. Some people like it sweeter, some people like it more sour. In this case, it be tasting like vinegar, okay? In matter of fact, you can make vinegar with this for your food, for your salads, and it's delicious, okay? The longest you let it go, the more vinegar is gonna taste, okay? Now I'm gonna finish this process. And I do not fill up my bottles too much because I like for them to kind of have some room for the fermentation. So we're gonna move along. I'm gonna show you the SCOBY once I get it out of here, because I need to rinse my jar. Even though my spigot is going pretty good, it gets to the point that your bacteria and your yeast get inside and it gets clogged, okay? Now, what I do is I empty it out, I move my SCOBY out, and then I just take it to my sink, rinse it out pretty good, and then just put it back together. It only takes a couple minutes. Now here, what I'm doing is my last little in the bottom, I want to save 2 cups of the raw. This is gonna be my base for my new kombucha with the SCOBY, and 2 cups of the already processed kombucha, already fermented kombucha. Okay, we can also do that, or we can also just pick up the jar and just put 2 cups in here, or more. You can use more. So, of SCOBY in there. So, every time you are working with this, you want to have your hands really, really clean. So I'm going to wash my hands real quick, but very clean, okay? Because I'm going to touch my SCOBY now. Now, this is the SCOBY, okay? And there is, every time, this is a piece, and that's all you need to start your kombucha. That's it, okay? So this is one of the oldest one, and this is one of the newest one. So there you have all this SCOBY, okay? This is one of the oldest, and look how you can separate them, okay? And that will be one SCOBY right there. You see it? And there you have multiple. I have multiple SCOBYs in here. There is another one. There is another one. It might be 5 in just in here. So if you are very interested on doing your own kombucha and you're subscribed to my channel, just send me an email and I will send you some of this SCOBY. Just be willing to pay for shipping and handling, okay? And there you have it. So I'm gonna have a little tiny bit more of 2 cups, but but I'm gonna use it all, okay? Let me move you to my sink. We're gonna wash this jar. I do not use any soap, okay? If you want to use vinegar, that is okay. And I'm going to use warm water, and all I'm going to do is go around the jar. And because the scubby always floats and it's always at the top, you might have some residue on the top, which is okay. There is not a problem. And all I do is I rinse my jar, and I am going to remove this spigot, okay? I hold the knot inside and just go around and remove it. I'm gonna go around my hole and just rinse it out. And I'm gonna rinse out my parts. Rinse inside of my container. And pretty much this jar is done. Now, my spigot, I do open it. I think it was, no, now it's open. I'm gonna close this, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit it, and anything that is inside, it comes out, okay? It doesn't look that dirty because remember, I cleaned it last time I did my batch. So it should be clean enough. So let's see if we can do this. Sometimes when you do that, you can see the black bacteria or the yeast coming out. Not a problem, just take it out, clean it out, and it'll be fine, okay? This point is not that full of bacteria or yeast, so that's pretty good. And simple again, we're just gonna come back, look for that hole, and you have your rubber. So we're gonna use the rubber first and then the back and the knot. So all I wanna do is get in there, put my spigot back, rubber first, the rubber, then the metal part, and then start putting your knot in, okay? You can either turn your spigot, hold the knot inside, and that's what I most of the time you do, and that's it, done, okay? Not too complicated, not too bad. Now, my tea, it is cool enough for this sugar, so we're gonna add the sugar. So back to the pot, you can see the steam still hot. I am not gonna worry about that. Now, my tea bags, I leave them in there the whole time. Here we have 3 cups of sugar, and what all I'm gonna do is start adding them and dissolve the sugar. This is gonna cool off your tea a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. If you want to remove your tea from your stove, you can go ahead and do it. I never do. Mine's still hot. You know, you can see that light. Yeah, it's still here, still hot. All I want to do is dissolve that sugar. I'm just taking all the sugar out of my container. I'm gonna hold the bags until I don't feel no grains in the bottom. Now, there is only one detail here. You never, ever, ever want to put hot tea in your jar with your scubby because you will kill it. It is, if the temperature is too hot, it will kill your scubby. Remember, This is living bacteria, and if it's too hot, they will die, okay? If you want to accelerate this process here, you can add ice cubes. Remember, you're gonna have to add water anyways. You can add ice cubes, okay? What I do is I do make my tea in the morning before I go to work, or if I'm gonna be off the next day, I do my tea overnight, let it rest, and then come over either the next morning or in the afternoon and process my kombucha, okay? I add the sugar. We're gonna let it rest, and I'm gonna show you guys when I put the kombucha in my container again. Now, this is what I'm gonna do. I am going to show you the 3 different kombuchas that we process here. Even though this one is a little strong still, but all I want to do is show you the difference in color. Remember, it's black tea, so it'd be really black. And look at this. There is your tea, fresh. Remember, strong. We can probably add some water to this and it'd be fine. This is the one that I just took out of the jar. And this is the one clear, already been sitting for a week in the refrigerator. So there you have it, all 3 black tea, recently processed, and be sitting, clearing out. And the longest you leave it, the best it is, because it's still fermentating, it's still processing, okay? So guys, there you have it. We're gonna come back and put this kombucha in the jar. Well, it's not kombucha yet, right? The black tea in the jar, process it, and then I'm gonna put this back so it gets more flavor in it, okay? My tea have cooled off enough, and that I can feel that hot. I can keep my hands on, and it doesn't feel like I'm burning. It's not burning my hands. Even though I am going to add more water, fresh water. I use filtered water from my refrigerator, and that feels a lot better. What we're gonna do is, I got my SCOBY here. I got my jar. My jar is clean. Make sure this is closed, okay? You don't wanna have this open and then your tea coming out of here, okay? I'm gonna add my SCOBY first, and I'm just gonna put it in there, okay? With the tea, which is already, just making sure it's not leaking. With my tea, which is kombucha now that it has been processed. I let my tea without the lid so it cools faster. It's been a couple hours, okay? So don't be in a hurry to do this. Like I said before, the best way to do it is you do it in the morning and process, or combine it in the afternoon, or you do it the night before and then do it in the morning, okay? I am going to move my tea bags out of the way, and all I'm gonna do is put my tea in there. And at the end, I'm gonna give you a few more tips. So I still need this much of water. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get more water in here, and I'm gonna rinse my bag so that way I get everything out of my tea bags. Filter water from my refrigerator. All I do is I soaked again the tea bags, and you can see the water changing colors. But all I'm doing is kind of rinsing my bags. And in the jar it goes. And that's pretty much good enough for me. And I'm just gonna let this drain a little bit. I don't like to squeeze my bags because they said that when you squeeze your bag, it releases another kind of toxic or something from the bag. So I am not gonna do that. My tea is ready. Remember, 2 gallons. I use 21 bags of black tea and 3 cups of sugar. And here goes the tips. Remember, never ever ever put hot tea in your SCOBY. It will kill the bacteria, okay? This container or jar, it comes with its own lid. I do not use it. The reason I don't use it is because your SCOBY and your fermentation needs some kind of air. Now, to protect your SCOBY or your tea from any insects, I use this cheesecloth, okay? And this is some kind of rubber that I had around for my sewing, and I just put it in there and have it ready. I'm gonna put it back in the base. Carefully, remember this is glass. So all I'm gonna do is move it. Now, I am going to put my cardboard back, okay? I was supposed to put it first, but that's okay, not a big deal. Now here, today is the 27th, I believe. So I am just gonna erase, clean, and that is one of those stickers that you can write back on, okay? So dry it up a little bit, and today is February the 27th, it's Saturday. Remember, you want to start testing your kombucha at the 7th day, okay? So day number 7, we're gonna start testing. What I do is the same little container that I have to catch any drips, I just open my spigot, get me a little sip, taste it, and if you like, go ahead and process it. Put it in the containers and put it in whatever bottle that you have, okay? You can use these ones, you can use the recycled ones, you can use basically any bottle, whatever you like. I'm gonna show you my ½ gallon container that I have. It's in the refrigerator because this is part of my last batch that I made, okay? This is another company for kombucha. This is a ½ gallon. I believe it's dark, if you can tell it's dark, it's filled all the way up to here. But this I will drink in a day or 2, maybe 3 days, okay? I love kombucha. Now, another tip, you can flavor your kombucha. In your second fermentation, which be, you put it in your jars, in your bottles, and all you do is you let it sit there for a day. If you want to add flavor, you're gonna do it at this time. You can go ahead and add lemon. You can go ahead and add pineapples. You can add raisins. You can add cranberries. I was adding dates, and because dates are so sweet, it's the flavor is so delicious. Now, this one says no added sugar, okay? But it's still, your dates are sweet enough to give you that second fermentation a very nice flavor. So you can add flavor if you want to. You can leave them outside up to 3 days, no more, because what is going to happen, the fermentation is going to be so much that it will turn into vinegar. Once you put it in the refrigerator, it will stop or slow down that fermentation, and if the flavor, it will be amazing. Okay, if you have any questions, you can drop it down in the comments, and I am going to be answering any help that you need. If you want some scobies, I am not going to get rid of this batch here. To give you a SCOBY, I have to wait at least 10 days for my tea to process, and after that I can go ahead and start sending you guys SCOBY if you're willing to pay the shipping and handling. Okay, now second fermentation up to 3 days, it will give you some kind of sparkling, and that is a good thing, and you will love that. If you add raisins, cranberries, or dates, it will give you a little bit more effervescence, that fizz that is delicious when you open it, and it gives you that psst, and you love that. Okay, now remember, all you need is water. I am using 2-gallon jar, 21 bags of black tea, no flavor, 3 cups of sugar. Let it sit for 7 to 10, 11. It depends on your butt taste, okay? Remember, now summer is coming our way. It's gonna be warmer. In the warmer time or season, the process, it will be faster. That's why I have mine right next to my stove. So when I'm cooking, it gives it that nice warm environment. You can also have it close to your stove or in an area that is warm enough for you to process your kombucha. Some people put it inside the closet. I will forget. And that's why I have that nice corner over there so it can process there next to the stove. It will give it warm enough. Once the summertime comes, you want to start tasting maybe at the 6th day. So that way it will, you won't pass that vinegar taste. Okay, so start testing day number 6, day number 7. If you like, go ahead and process. Remember, you can drink as much as you like. Now keep in mind that it might send you to the bathroom. Okay guys, that's it for now. I think I have covered pretty much everything. I am going to maybe link below the benefits of the kombucha, so that way you guys can have more information, and also Google this recipe. I was testing others and I didn't like the results. Some people also use green tea. I don't like it because it's too it's not strong enough is the word that I'm looking for. I like it strong. So my kombucha is really strong, and I like it because it gives me all the benefits of the probiotics. Plus, remember, your black tea is one of the best tea. Okay, family. So instead putting a link, or I might put a link on the bottom, but I was just looking through my papers and I did some more research on benefits of the kombucha. So I got 14 benefits, and I wrote it down my notes because I cannot memorize all this. But number 1, full of probiotics. That's what I told you guys. It helps your guts. It's so much benefits, and they have been introducing probiotics through other forms of food, and you guys know that, plus in capsules or pills. Number 2, antioxidants. Fight the free radicals, which it will give you all the sickness. So it will fight for you so you don't have to do much, and I love that. Number 3, killing bacteria. It's full of acetic acid, which is like vinegar. So that's why some people diluted a little bit of vinegar in water and drink it, because it's full of acetic acid, which it helps your system. It's strong antibacterial effects. Okay. Number 4, it helps improve in man's the T cell, which is found in people that were sick with the HIV, AIDS, and it improved that cell so they can fight the HIV better. So it is good. Number 5, help to lose weight, which we all want that, right? And the reason it does is because it substitutes that unhealthy drinks. So if you are craving sodas or you are craving sweets, this kombucha will help you stop those cravings and substitute the unhealthy drinks. It helps with heart disease and high cholesterol, because it reduces the LDL cholesterol. So it helps also to reduce your cholesterol and heart disease, which is amazing. It helps, number 7, fight cancer. Number 8, it fights diabetes. Now remember that your yeast will consume your sugar, so that's why it's not as sugary or with all the calories from sugar. So that's why it helps fight diabetes, because once you drink the kombucha, you're drinking yeast, and the yeast consume the sugar. Okay. It also fights depression, because the probiotics helps alleviate the symptoms of depression. You feel more energetic, you feel more healthy, and that will reduce the depression, okay, or the symptoms of depression. It'll increase your life expectations, so you will live longer. So studies has been proved that people that drink kombucha, they live 5% more than people they don't. So that is a good thing if you want to live longer. It's full of vitamins and minerals. The yeast break down the sugar, so it produces B1, B6, B12. For that reason, it helps you lose weight. So it's a nice combination, and I love kombucha. Trust me, I've been feeling very, very good. The brewing at home, it is better, because commercial products, what they do is they pasteurize the kombucha, so it kills some of the bacteria, the good bacteria, and at home you just kind of drink it raw, and the raw one is the best one, even though raw is available in the stores. But brewing at home, it would help you much better. Number 13, the benefits of the green tea. And you guys know that green tea is very, very good for your health. Now remember, black tea is a derivative of green tea, so that's what gives you the benefits of the green tea, which is calorie burning, fat reduction, and blood sugar control. So it reduces the risk of cancer as well. And number 14, bottom line, drinking kombucha won't cure you and heal you from all the illness out there, but in healthy diet, it will help you to alleviate some of the issues that it will give you, create some kind of discomfort in your body, because it's antioxidant, probiotic, and all the good stuff. So guys, there I leave you with the kombucha, and I decided to add this little part to it so that way you get a better understanding why kombucha is so good to drink instead unhealthy drinks. Okay, thank you guys for staying with me. God bless, and here I am. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and just refer my channel to others. And thank you to Let Farmer 73. Here we go, we are doing this together. Thank you guys.